Massive wildfires are sweeping China. And in the midst of a government cover-up, the question is, who started it? Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. I've been talking a lot lately about how China is metaphorically on fire because of its tanking economy. Well, it turns out China is literally on fire too. This is the Chinese province Guizhou, where over the past 2 weeks, there have been over 200 wildfires. Half of the province was engulfed in flames. The fire even spread to residential areas. And not even that could stop China's dancing grannies. Seriously, nothing can stop them. Even a Chinese Communist Party crackdown can't stop them. Even shooting them can't stop them. If China ever decides to launch a war on the US, this will be the last thing you see. But I digress. These wildfires were partially caused by the worst drought in 60 years. Human activity was also blamed. It was recently the start of the Chinese New Year, and a traditional custom is burning paper money, which, as you can see from this video from 2023 of people burning paper money, it could reasonably start a wildfire. But in typical Communist Party fashion, even though half the province was on fire, they still had to try and cover it up.
But local authorities didn't report on the fires until 12 days later, saying at the time that at least 2 had died. The delay has led to heavy criticism from Chinese citizens, with many questioning whether authorities are trying to cover up the facts.
Why would they try to cover that up? People could see the flames. Just for the love of the censorship game? Well, it's actually because any disaster could give the impression that the Communist Party may not have things quite as under control as they like to say, especially with the cultural idea of the mandate of heaven, that if disasters are happening, it's because the leadership is being punished. But there's another big reason for the cover-up. I'll tell you what it is right after this commercial break. You see, I'm teasing you to keep watching in the hopes that YouTube will actually put an ad on this video and you'll watch it because the show is desperate for money to keep running. So stay tuned. Welcome back, I hope. So in just 2 weeks, more than 200 wildfires spread through the Chinese province of Guizhou, and the party actually tried to cover it up. And one of the reasons is because during the same time period, there was a massive apartment fire in the city of Nanjing. That's in the Jiangsu province. According to officials, at least 15 people died and 44 were injured. As for the cause, the fire started on the ground floor of the building where several electric bicycles were parked. Yes, China's EVs are known to be a little bit explodey. Just to be clear, this is just a random video of Chinese electric bikes exploding. It happens a lot. Like, a lot. And some are speculating that when authorities say the fires in Guizhou were started by human activity, they meant EVs. So why are China's EVs exploding all over the place? Well, this may shock you, but the Chinese Communist Party is to blame. You see, standard lead-acid batteries don't tend to just randomly explode. According to Caixin, China's new national standard for electric bicycles stipulate that the weight of the entire vehicle, including batteries, should not exceed 55 kilograms. And so lithium batteries are being used because they're lighter. So light they just take off into the air. This is becoming a growing problem. According to China's National Fire and Rescue Administration, so keep in mind this is official data that could be lies, in just the first half of 2022, there were over 8,000 e-bike fires. So with over 200 fires popping up in just 2 weeks, is it possible EVs, and therefore government policy, are to blame? Now stay tuned because I have a video I think you're going to like. But first, look, you like China Uncensored? Why not help us make sure YouTube doesn't run us out of business? That would have happened years ago, and the only thing preventing it is support from viewers like you on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/China Uncensored. All it takes is $1 an episode. We make about 18 a month, and if that's too much money for you, you could set a monthly limit of $1. So you'd be supporting China Uncensored for only $1 a month. So much great entertainment for just $1. What a deal. And as a thank you, I might respond to your question or comment at the end of an episode. And today's comes from Fast Zombies, the worst kind of zombie. The best hope the world has to stop China from burning down what's left of the world might be the Chinese people. That is where we are. You know, that is very true. In fact, recently I interviewed China expert David Day on the China Unscripted podcast. That episode will be coming out Monday. But he argues that there will be no major financial collapse in China. China won't become a Zimbabwe. But what will happen is as things fall apart, social unrest will increase. And at the end of the day, the thing that will bring down the CCP is not a war or tariffs, but the Chinese people themselves. That's why the CCP is so terrified of natural disasters like these fires. They know all it takes is a spark to set off the Chinese people. They just don't know what that spark will be. Thanks for your support, Fast Zombies. And in my ongoing attempt to talk about all the things YouTube considers too controversial by hiding it in gaming content, I'm talking about the new Final Fantasy remake that just came out and what it has to do with the Red Pill movement. Are you Team Tifa or Team Aerith? Check it out and let me know what you think. And click that orange button to support us on Patreon. Remember, even $1 a month makes a huge difference. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.